officiated. We have a referee. It's not a street brawl. We're not fighting to the death. Yeah, I'm fighting women. I had to compete against women in my vetoes, HOHs. Sat on the block next to a woman. Why can't I fight one? Guns out. Well, I wanted to give my opinion some credibility. Happy hump day. Thank you. All right. Well, hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome to stream. How is everyone? Is there anything going on the Big Brother Reddit these days? America and I just watched Glee, so that'll be uploaded today. But here's my thought, generally. There's a lot of Big Brother house guests who are bigger than me. It's true. There's a lot of Big Brother house guests who have more muscles. There's not very many Big Brother house guests who have been certified first-degree black belts by Grandmaster Lee. You guys don't know Grandmaster Lee? Well, you have to be a first-degree black belt to meet him. He signed my belt. Quinn had big news, girlfriend announcement. It's a huge deal. Huge deal. Happy for him. It's like watching my son grow up before my eyes.
Literally, fuck off.
3 years older than me, by the way. Is America watching or reading Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes? We've already watched it. She's reading it. I believe she just got to the end of the games. Matt is performatively preaching again. Okay, we're going to have a discussion about Matt Hardiman. Actually, should I save it to when I fight him? Here's the thing with Matt Hardiman. Very simple. I hope everyone is on the same page as I am. And that page is, he doesn't believe what he's saying. Is he hyper-religious? Of course. Is his mind warped? Yes. The content that he puts out about religion is entirely, not even performative, it's just rage bait. It is intentionally trying to get people to engage with him. And Quinn's been engaging a lot, and I think Quinn's having fun with it, so do whatever you enjoy. But, like, he wants you to be outraged by it. He doesn't actually believe that Halloween is sacrilegious. Yeah, his mind is broken, but, like, it's all just bullshit. So it's one of those things where, like, you want to just ignore him is probably the best approach. But ultimately, what he's doing is pretty harmless. I do think him and MJ, like, I don't know how to say it other than religiously subtweeting each other. Like, quoting God passive-aggressively at each other. That's pretty funny. But yeah, he's fine. I don't know. It's so transparent what he's doing. And every post he makes about, like, not masturbating and God wants you to do this and Halloween is all these things. It's all just fake. He doesn't care about any of it. Right? We all agree? Someone called it the Holy War. I think his mind is broken. That's why I think he believes this nonsense. I'm not saying he doesn't believe in Christianity. It's just like he is curating content to make people upset. And I think we should all view it through the lens of this person is just insane. Not like this person's evil. Like he is what he is. He's a content clout demon. He has been forever. And there's worse people out there, you know? He's using religion as a crux. I mean, it's just his little niche he's trying to do, you know? I'm not going to say I respect it. I think it's pretty pathetic, but I mean, you know, whatever. I don't think there's got to be much more energy spent towards it. Like, and what's going to happen is he's just going to start, like, making more reactionary crazy shit if people start ignoring this stuff. I've met people who believe this kind of thing, but I don't know about him. Yeah, look. It wouldn't shock me if he does believe some of this to some degree. It's just, at the end of the day, he was first out on Big Brother. No shame in that. And from the second he was out of the house, he's done everything in his possibility to capitalize off of every ounce of notoriety from the show. So, like, I'm more inclined to believe that this is in line with that as opposed to, you know, his religious awakening coinciding with his breakup. Extending his 15 minutes. Hey, we're all trying. One way or another. How badly would Matt Hardiman beat Cory in a fight? I feel like it would be very un-Jesus of him to fight me. But let me thank Clayton for the 20 months, Kristen for the 23, Card Girl for the 23, and Heather for the 23. Hope you all are doing well. He thinks every thought he has is so smart and true that other people will benefit from it, but all of it's dumb and evil. Yeah, I don't even think it's that. I think he does think himself to be very smart, but I think someone else in the chat said it. Like, he did Angela was his bit for a year, and it got tired. Now he's doing this as a bit. We'll see what's next. I'm excited. He's creative. Not many people do it like him. Okay. Let's look at the Reddit, see if there's anything interesting. Unlikely, right? But we'll try it out. See if there's anything somewhat interesting. Before we dive into the real topic. Vince revealed his care package.
For something. So, the photo that everybody signed, and I jumped.
I already watched some of this. I know Turner edited it, which is pretty cool. But watch this in your own time. Good to see Vince out there. Hot take, BB15 is objectively one of the best seasons of the show. So I read this yesterday, and this pissed me off. Because okay. Y'all have seen Community, right? You can't say racism aside. Racism aside, BB15 was pretty great. If you just don't consider, like, the guiding element of the season. And, like, obviously, BB15, there's a lot to prop up. It's a very strategically interesting season. One of the strongest strategic casts we've ever had. The gameplay was very dynamic. There's an excellent winner. And it's also one of the worst seasons Big Brother's ever put out. And I've been very vocal about thanking JPR for 5 gifted subs. JPR, I appreciate you. We're at an all-time low in subs. My 15 minutes might be up, but JPR's generosity is just beginning.
Literally, fuck off.
I feel like I'm doing a DR. You know what it feels like? It feels like I'm on pseudoephedrine. We just watched Glee, where Terry spiked all, not even spiked, just gave all the kids Sudafed. Like, wired. But I appreciate it, JPR. Hope you're doing well. More time to watch Glee Season 2. You Big Brother 35 and Glee Season 2.
Literally,
It's going to be a great summer. Anyways, let's read this post. It's rare that we get a cast heavy with active game players when we do like 17, 20, or 27.
literally, fuck off.
15 is the season where the average house guest is both chaotic yet competent from day one. Everyone but David is building power structures and counting votes. Instead of a few schemers bouncing off people who don't know how the game works, we had all of them calling each other out. Take out Vanessa, Tyler, JC, Morgan, Ashley, Vince, and what's left. Those seasons turn into who's going to win HOH next, comp steamrolls. Remove Andy and Amanda from 15, we still get Helen, who's sharp, a Spencer and Gina Marie power duo hurting votes late game. You said we got great players like Gina Marie. Huh? Judd tactically flipping back and forth. Even early season boots like Nick had a clear mind for the game. Andy's movements leading up to and through the second double eviction should be heralded like Dan's funeral was, the single most impressive winning game in my opinion. I feel a disconnect between the fan base itself, with half viewing this as a comfort show and the other half as a social experiment. Nothing wrong with either. If you're someone who doesn't want to watch the degree of nastiness, that's perfectly fine. But it's wrong to write it off as a bottom tier season when I'd imagine most of you fans would actually enjoy it with all the drama. Do I need to explain the stupidity of this post? I'm fixing it. I'm fixing it. One sec. All right, should be the same now. Should be the same. So here's my thing, okay? Drama and messiness and nastiness and racism. The one is not like the other. it's very, very simple stuff. The idea that like Big Brother fans want realness, reality TV villains back. We want drama. I do not want Howard and Candace to be ostracized and Aaron to use slurs and racial epithets and like, that is not fun. We had multiple N-words from white people that season, and many of them made deep runs into the game. So, like, this was not fun. Every ounce of drama relating to racism on Big Brother 15 is why the season is bad. It doesn't elevate it. And acting like it should elevate it, I don't want to say it's racist, but you certainly enjoy racism, at least as a spectator, which is weird. That's weird behavior. I think that is like one important piece of it. And then the other part is when you talk about it being a social experiment, it is a social experiment, Big Brother. I think even to this day, that's what it is. It's not as, it's not like Big Brother 2, Big Brother 1. It's a different experiment. But when the result of the social experiment is racism, it's weird to enjoy watching it. If you want to say, look, this is a case study of what happens if you throw people into a house and it's very interesting and I want to write an essay about it, maybe I can argue there's like a scholarly intrigue and fascination to it all. But enjoying it as a social experiment when the social experiment is just us watching people get ostracized because of the color of their skin, that's miserable. I've always been someone who said, like, I think BB15 gets a bad rap, not because it's not racist. It's because all the seasons before it and many after were just as racist. BB15's was just so instrumental to the story and to the strategy going on, and the most kind of like violent offenders of it were the ones in power. But like if you watch BB3, BB4, BB5, it's really bad. So it's not like BB15 guys. Actually, it's pretty chill and fun. It's, I think, BB15 and BB21 specifically get struck with the racist label, which I think clumsily like absolves some other seasons and their actors from that label, if that makes sense. Superfly, thank you for the 22 months. I hope you're doing well. And once again, thank you, JPR. I appreciate both of you. The cookout was a kind of social experiment. Yeah, I think the term social experiment just kind of gets thrown around, but kind of. So yeah, I think that this post pissed me off because it's so conclusory and presumptive and like high and mighty about defending a season that's infamously racist. So that was a weird post. Helicopter aerial view from BB2. Oh my god. Was this the banner plane? Imagine Gina Marie and Enzo. What does this mean? I don't know who Enzo 11 is either, but just having conversations and saying you guys, it's just saying what if they were on the same season? That'd be crazy. Good post. Winning out versus not needing to. Which is more important? Of course, the online community tends to value the social strategy aspect of the game as competitions can be random, so players like Will and Maggie not needing to win artificial safety and solely relying on their social strategic play is impressive. However, I'd argue that it's also very impressive to not be a player that other players can take to the final five, such as Mickey or Casey. Interestingly, all players who won out from 5 also earned themselves safety at 9, 8, and 7, meaning they're only vulnerable at 6. It's like, I hate Dr. Will as a player for what I think people take the wrong lessons away from Dr. Will. Because I can promise you this. This is clippable. Dr. Will, if he plays on Big Brother, anything after, let's say, 16, would not win the game. 0% chance if he went in with the same strategy. If he went in with the, I'm going to be on the block and lose all these competitions and throw everything, and he genuinely would not win. And it's not because he doesn't have the skills or the talents for it. He'd be just as good of a player. But that strategy does not work anymore. It doesn't work. You need to have competence in competitions if you're going to be the dominant alpha strategic threat. If you're Ashley, who's kind of playing under the radar, waiting for her moment, trying to position herself, give herself a good shot of winning in the end, you could win without competitions. Ashley literally just proved it. But if you're Dr. Will, who is running the entire house, everyone knows you're a threat to win, you have to win competitions at this point. That is a prerequisite to having a chance in the game, barring extremely bizarre circumstances. So, I believe nowadays you have to be, or if you're capable of winning out, you're a much better player than one who does not have that option available to them. Because the players who don't need to win out are either just obsessively good. Like Chelsea might not have needed to win out. I think she needed to win some certain spots, but I don't think she needed to win out, and that's why Chelsea is heralded as one of the better players we've seen in a long time. Otherwise, you're going to get cut like Cory because I'm too big of a threat and everyone needs to get rid of me and I can't save myself. You're going to win out like Jag, who everyone knew they had to get him out, but you just couldn't. Or you're going to make it deep into the game perceived as someone who doesn't have a chance of winning. Cam, Bowie Jane, Ashley, they were wrong about her, but that was the perception. I think a lot of people get that wrong. It's like, the reason why you can win without needing competitions is because people underestimate you. They either underestimate you or they properly estimate you. And Chelsea, like, it's kind of a shame because maybe she didn't need those comp wins, but she certainly got them. She won 4 HOHs. She won several of them in the end game. Like, you know, like, I'd love to give Chelsea credit of saying, like, she didn't need the comp wins, but, like, that final 6 HOH is a little dicey. She probably figures it out. I still think she wins if she wins none of them, but, you know, you never know. Ashley had to win final HOH is what, yeah, exactly. Like, you got to win something. You're not going to be just brought to the end after winning nothing. I mean, Matt from our season, I guess, is a pretty good example of he did not need to win a single competition at any stage of the game, I don't think. And he, you know, he obviously wins that season a good amount of times. Maybe Matt's the last player to really, like, play very actively and get himself in a winning position. The comps he won truly didn't matter. So, you know, give him credit for that, I guess. Some of the comps he won, though, if he didn't win, like Felicia or Suri wins, and then it's kind of dicey. Is it more impressive to not have to win? I think it's most impressive if you're able to Dan Giesling, Dr. Will, even Chelsea, get your way to the end without winning. That's the most impressive thing. But I think simply winning the game and not winning competitions is not more impressive than winning the game and winning competitions. I don't think Ashley's win is more impressive than Jag's win, or who's another example? Jordan. Jordan won a lot of competitions. Who's a player who didn't win a lot? Taylor. Taylor won a few competitions. I don't think Taylor's win is more impressive than Casey's. Does that make sense? I'd obviously rank some of these players differently, right? Like, I think Ashley's a better player than Jag, at least played a better game. But, like, one path's not more impressive than the other. Like, Ashley benefited from having a very low target level that allowed her to survive a lot of rounds. Jag benefited from being able to win a ton of competitions to bail himself out of the bad position his target put him in. It's just, like, different strokes. I think Dan's game can easily work in the modern game. Dan's weird because I think his game is super not repeatable, but he did it twice, which is why he's the best player of all time. But, like, in general, I don't think Dan's playstyle is, like, super consistent. We've just seen it twice and it's been awesome. And also he was good at competitions, so I don't know what we're talking about. Like, Dan, I don't know if he's a comp beast, but he's probably right below that. He won a ton of shit. Kind of because he made it to the end game both times, but how do you tell which competition you need to stay in the game and which ones can be thrown? It's hard. It's all about the perception of you. Ashley had the privilege of not needing to win because people perceived her as a lesser player than she was. Which, you know, it's by design. That's what she was trying to do, so give her credit. But in general, you just shouldn't throw competitions if you have any uncertainty. Ashley was trying to win everything, and winning it would have helped her out. Like, ultimately, she was in a situation that relied on winning Final 3 HOH against 2 people who were historically better competitors than her. Like, it was not a foolproof plan at all. But she clutched it out. Dan struggled in 14, but he was good in BB10 for comps. I mean, it's tough. He was competing against Frank and Ian. Those are 2 of the better competitors in BB history. Is Morgan the closest to Dan's game in the modern era? I need you to elaborate, Katie, because I don't even see a single comparison at all. like I'm trying to even fathom what the connection between the two could be. I mean, the thing about Dan is Dan played from, like, the bottom for the most part. And, like, always worked his way up and made big moves, right? Like, the social manipulations for Morgan and Dan, I don't think you can compare them. I don't think they're even in this. No. I don't think Morgan is very manipulative, really. She's very persistent and she's very active and she has a good strategic mind, but I don't think she, like, manipulates anyone, really. She kind of brute forces her strategic ideas. I was kind of going off Morgan, telling people what to do. Yeah, no, I don't think there's a comparison there at all. Who's the player that played the most like Dan? I mean, Cody played like a Derek game. I think Tyler. It has to be Tyler. And even still, like, Tyler played from the top basically the entire time, but I think his play style, and like playing very fluidly and having different groups and blindsiding people, I think Tyler's fits a lot more. Anybody after BB22? After 22, I mean, probably not. I played like a terrible version of Dan's game where I was on the bottom and worked my way to the top. The problem is, by the time BB10 was over, we had 11 people left in our house. Chelsea kind of had Dan's game too. I think Chelsea's more in the Derek and Cody archetype of like running the house from the top down. Not obviously I'm not like Dan, but I think like my play style, I was trying to play like Kevin Jacobs, who I think is very similar to Dan. Kevin Jacobs really is the best example if you're really like desperate for one. And he's, I think, post BB22. JPR. All right, let's keep going. How do the different eras rank from best to worst? I mean, so the eras are what? Season 2 through 7, 8 through 15, 16 through 22, and 23 to present. I think 2 through 7 is the best. I think 23 through 27 is the second best. Then I'd go 8 through 14, and then 16 through 22 is the worst, for sure. I mean, I like 20, 18, and 17 a lot. But 8 through 14, like 8 and 9 are kind of 10's great, 11. No, I think 16 through 22 is better than 8 through 14. Because really, 8 through 14 just has 10 and 14. Everything else is bad. Are you watching Canadian Traders? No. No, I'm not. No spoilers from here. Don't worry. BB25 was a really weird season to be able to play like anyone. I mean, BB25. I think the Suri and Jared thing just like... I think 9 times out of 10, Suri or Jared win. Or like at least someone on their side in the end game wins. So I think it's pretty admirable that like that didn't happen on our season. Maybe Heisem wins sometimes because it's just comps, right? It was just a very tough season to play where like the entire social structure was controlled by one of the best social strategy players of all time immediately, and everyone else just has to figure it out. The comp inequity is the only thing that leveled the playing field, and it didn't level it for me. It leveled it for people like Cameron and Jack. Okay. So I think I would go the first era is the best, 2 through 7. Then I would go 23 through 27. Then I would go 16 through 22, and then 8 through 14. BB fun fact, every season that has a premiere with a returning player, where not all of them get to be a house guest, the house guest never returned. Okay. I did look at Kelly's AMA. I thought it was very fun. I have a lot of respect for Kelly. Obviously, she was not the most beloved house guest, but, you know, I found her very charming and fun postseason, so hopefully she sticks around. Ian and Tiffany. Ian is such a funny casting choice because, like, I love Ian. I don't know why he's getting cast on shows. Really, like, he's just a dude now. He's, like, a really smart dude. But, like, every other person who gets cast on, like, The Traitors is such a massive character. But Ian's, like... In 14, to be fair, he was a big-ass character. I guess 22 just kind of was the death of every character in Big Brother history. Like, no one was fun. But I'm rooting for him. I love Ian. I think he is one of my biggest inspirations as a player. We played very different games. I don't think the highest of his winning game. But I really admire being that young, being that archetype, and playing the way he played, interacting with people like Frank and Boogie and really giving them shit. And then Dan sitting next to him in the final two, and he's giving Dan shit. Like, I mentioned that a lot in my pregame interviews, being like, this little dude who was yelling at the big guys in the house. That was badass. All right, what else we got? What season's the most overrated? All-Stars is a terrible answer. Most overrated season? I think 14. It's got to be 14, right? 14's good. I just think it is like propped up by two amazing moments, and then there's so much dry season. Like the pre-jury is pretty brutal. And like after the funeral and before the final four, it's kind of boring. BB8. I just don't know how highly people think of BB8, but I agree it's not a great season. BB12. BB12's weird. We're like, it's one of the best casts ever with a very boring game. So 26. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's actually 26. Because 26, people like top 10, top 5. I think it's bottom 10. So I think actually it's BB 26 for me. All right, so they did the diary room. Fun fact, potentially you'll be seeing me on the diary room in the coming weeks. Who could say, though? And Taryn, if you don't know what that is, the diary room is hosted by Matt Ligori and Amon Adwin, our HAP contributors, and they got their own Patreon. And they're doing a bracket matching up every Big Brother house guest, BB, Celebrity BB, Big Brother Canada, all of it, BB OTT. And it's just one-on-one matchups. It's a big bracket. They talk about who's the better player. Eventually, they'll whittle it down to one player. Right now, we're still in round 1. They've been going for like a year. Super cool project. Anyways, Taryn was a guest, and the matchup was Vinny Panaro versus Howie Gordon. Hurricane Howie. And Taryn voted that Howie was the better player. And it's like, dude, come on. DD. Come on. Vince is better than Howie. It's not close. Yes, we just experienced all of Vince's mistakes like 5 minutes ago, so it feels very fresh. If Howie played yesterday, we would think Howie's a terrible player, because he's a terrible player. He's a great personality, great casting, one of my favorite people I've met in the community. But come on. People are like, oh, Vince was so self-destructive. He made so many mistakes. I'm like, Howie won one HOH, and it's like the most infamously terrible HOH in the Big Brother franchise that ended up handing the other side of the house the win. Like, and at the end of the day, Vince got to the end game with some win equity. Vince's skills, and I understand, like, I think what Taryn basically argued was Vince doesn't have a chance to win any season of Big Brother because the way he plays is so inherently self-destructive and, like, it's a losing game. And I still think it's better than Howie. Because Vince is better at competitions by a lot. He still knows the game a lot better. And at the end of the day, like, he makes it further in the season when he's viewed as a bigger threat. You think Howie's going to be some big jury threat when he gets to the end? Like, I just don't. I think we hold Vince to a standard that's not fair. Most Big Brother players are terrible with no redeeming qualities game-wise. Vince, you could argue, is terrible with a lot of redeeming qualities, which is what makes him frustrating. But he's still so much better than so many players, like a majority of players. I don't know if he's the type that can learn from his mistakes. It feels very, like, hardwired. Like, who he is what we see on the show. But Vince has, like, a toolkit. And that toolkit by itself makes him better than most players. So, I thought that was a kind of a ridiculous opinion. But it's a fun opinion for Taryn to have. That's the whole point of the podcast, is just to have stupid matchups like this. What if Morgan was evicted instead of Riley? I think we did this last time. If Morgan's evicted instead of Riley, I think Keanu might win. I think it could be Keanu. I think Keanu wins. I think it's Keanu or Vince. Because I think it's just kind of rough for Rachel's side. It obviously changes White Lotus. A lot of it changes. I don't think Riley would have won. Like, when you're that well positioned, like a Zach or a Riley, and the house flips on you just like pre-jury, Riley was self-destructive. He was going to lose himself the game at some point, whether it's at the White Locust, whether it's at the Final Four, whether it's him allowing Catherine to win at the Final Two. Lauren could win too. I think Lauren actually is probably a good call. I think Lauren would be my bet. But y'all get what I'm saying? Like, if you're a guy like Zach who's going to not use the power to save himself and then get evicted as the best positioned player in the house, you're always going to find a way to get yourself evicted. And I feel the same way about Riley. He's so actively bad at the strategic component of the game. I don't care how good his positioning was. His positioning was perfect the week before he got evicted. And he got evicted. His positioning was arguably perfect the week he got evicted. And he got evicted. I don't think he had a shot. All right. Let's do the tier list. Here's the tiers. I'll zoom in a bit for you guys. So we got unanimous beatdown. That means I win in flying colors. Or with flying colors. Decisive victory speaks for itself. Close Cory W. It's a play on words because it's a Cory win and a Cory Wurtenberger. Draw. Valiant defeat. Fought my heart out, but things just didn't go my way. Inequitable competition. It wasn't fair. And it happens. I think that's, again, pretty intuitive. Okay. Answering some questions. What is the context of this fight? Well, we're considering all context. We're in an open field with no weapons. We're in a Hunger Games scenario. We're in the octagon. We're in a scoring fighting system like Karate Kid. Like, we're doing everything. Do you guys know how I like to rank? What kind of metric do I use? Thank you, Hey Bub. A rich tapestry. Okay. Are you willing to fight dirty? We'll see. Adrian. We're going to start at BB27. We'll go down as far as we want. I'm sure we'll get bored at some point. And are we ranking women as well? Yes. Yes. I lost to a ton of women. That's actually not true. I was going to say I lost to a ton of women in competitions. I lost to 2. 3. No, blue won her whiteboard. I lost to 3 women. But that still counts. They won. Are we counting your black belt? Yeah. Is this fight to the death or who you could beat in Big Brother? Turner wasn't listening. I'll explain again. Turner, we're considering every conceivable variation of this fight. If we're in the Hunger Games, I got to run to the cornucopia. We don't have weapons. We do have weapons. We're in the octagon. We're doing the little rock'em sock'em robots. We're jousting. I'm considering everything. Everything. Turner, by the way, I liked your video that you edited for Vince. Very fun. Okay. Adrian's first. Question. Does honor and integrity help or hurt your chances in a fight? Because based solely off of physical appearance, size, build, I think he beats me. I don't think he'd be willing to play dirty. I think I would have the mental edge on him, and we know I'd have the strategic edge. We watch the season. That's a close Cory W. It's a close Cory W. It just is. If Adrian hated me, if he had a reason to think that, like, for example, I lied to him. If he found out that I lied to him, I think he beats me pretty decisively. But I'm going to be honest. And he won't be able to do anything about that. You're scrappy. Finally, someone who gets it. No shade, but Adrian doesn't even swear. He doesn't have that dog in him. Exactly. I'll say fuck shit. I'll say all the bad words. Well, not all of them. Amy. She's the accomplice. You have to consider that. She has mom strength. I think it's a decisive victory. I wouldn't say, like, unanimous beatdown, but I think it's a decisive victory. I didn't see anything to make me think that Amy would be good in a fight. I wouldn't doubt it, but, you know. Ashley. Okay. Ashley's an interesting one because she just won Big Brother, right? And that, I think, might make you think, oh, she's probably, pretty good at this. Do we think she's, like, preoccupied with the win to the point where this has to be more this way, right? I feel like she might be, like, riding a high, take me lightly. I got 8th place. She got 1st place. I think Ashley, like, if we were to go head-to-head as lawyers, I think it'd be a much better fight. I think hand-to-hand combat, I do kind of like my odds. I don't know if she's the type to, like, fight dirty either. I think that's a close Cory W. Ava's weird, because Ava will tussle. She's New York strong. She's very small, though. This is one of those matchups where I have a decisive physical advantage. A lot of it kind of hinges on what aura she sees in me. I think it's decisive. So far, I'm perfect. This is really good. She was up there on the wall. Sure. I just think she's a little too small. But I would be scared. I wouldn't be excited to fight Ava. If that makes sense. We saw her with the punching bag. You're good. Yeah. Sandbagging, potentially. Jimmy. So here's the advantage I have. He's going to be recording it with one hand, so it's going to be like a 2 versus 1 in that way. He's an athlete. He's around my age, a little bit older. I think we're fighting to a draw. I think I'm going to be honest. I think we're fighting to a draw. I'm sure he will fight dirty. He's messy. So will I. I think he's probably has good conditioning. I think I might have better fighting technique. Again, I'm a first-degree black belt. I think this is a pretty even one. At the end of the day, I think this would actually be a very fair fight. I definitely bet on myself, but I think it's closer to draw than a Cory W. Finding out he was 25 is crazy. Maybe. I don't know. It didn't shock me. All right. Catherine. Yeah, I think that's a draw. I think Catherine's probably pretty good. I don't know. I don't really have much reason to, like, back this up. Maybe a close Cory W. I feel like Catherine would be a pretty good fighter. Valiant defeat. No, I think it's a draw. I think she's gritty. She was really good on the wall. Sneaky. I think she would play dirty, too. Goes for the jewels. Yeah. I'd be worried about Catherine. I think I would have a physical edge slightly, but I think she'd have a good shot. Keanu. Here's the thing about Keanu. He's a lovable guy. Sweet guy. Don't know if he'd play dirty. I don't know if I think he would feel bad about, like, punching me too hard. But if there was a veto up for grabs. Am I fighting Keanu? Because if I was fighting Casey playing for Keanu, it's a different conversation. I think Keanu would rip you in half, buddy. Where's Turner? Let's rank Turner. So what are the considerations with Turner? He does post shirtless pics. I've watched. I have them saved. So maybe I should consult them. I think the whole thing with Turner... Again, I don't have to question the dog that he's got inside of him. I think I said that wrong. He's in such good shape now. Yeah, but, like, not that good shape. Not like Cory good shape. I would rip you in half, unfortunately, and I say that with love. I guess we'll find out. New Year's, Turner. Bring your dukes. I think it's a fair matchup. He has grabbable hair, too. I don't know that. I also think, well, America versus Megan, like, obviously I don't want to see them fight, but I think America would definitely jump in to fight with me. America, I think, would agree with me if she's still here. You're really trying to use my girlfriend as evidence that you'd beaten me in a fight? Turner, every fucking competition you won was, like, hand-based. You won the finger-based competitions. I don't want to hear about, oh, he won a lot of shit. He was a very competitive guy. Anytime it was actually any physicality, Taylor, Joseph, Kyle, not really Joseph, Monty. If it was a finger fight, if we were doing a thumb war, perhaps, I'd be very concerned. Fortunately, this is probably something that requires a little bit more vigor. You know what I mean? This ad is killing me. Mods, time him out. He doesn't get to see this. Turner in ad jail. He's asking for a gifted sub. Don't give it to him. Anyways, Keanu. I'm going to say inequitable competition because I don't think Keanu's insane. He wouldn't kill me. He wouldn't kill me, but he would beat my ass. He'd beat me until the ref said, okay, it's over, Keanu. Back up. Mike, thank you for gifting a sub to Turner and vehemently disregarding my request to not gift him a sub. Oh, damn. Kelly? I mean, this could be up here and this could be here. I don't know what to do with Kelly. What I was saying, Turner, and I'll say it again, is you only win finger-based competitions. Anything that requires use of your delicate, dainty little fingers, I am worried. I'll be honest. A closed fist, I like my chances. So I'll see you at New Year's. Kelly Scrappy. I'm worried about Kelly. Kelly bite. I think Kelly gets into valiant defeat. I don't know about Kelly. Kelly feels like a scary one. I don't know. I think Kelly's one of those where, like, physically I do have the advantage, and I think I lose. I think she actually has the mental edge over me. She'll bite your face off, something like that, right? I don't want to fight Kelly. Lauren, I'm sorry. And this is not because of Lauren's physique. I think Lauren is probably more athletic than me. I can't imagine Lauren throwing a punch. I just can't. Absolutely not. She'd be too scared? Yeah, she'd punch me once and apologize. So, shout out to Lauren. I'd have no mercy. But Mickey, the Mictator. Yeah, she'd fight. She'd fight for sure. I think it's here. I think my physical advantages help here. She probably has a good right hook. But I think I could fight to a draw. I probably have better conditioning. Just a little bit. I don't know. She's been pretty fit. Morgan. Here's the thing about Morgan. I think she's actually smaller than most people think. Like, she's a comp beast for sure. She has guns. Yeah, she has guns, right? I'm going to say draw. I like my odds. Not to win. I think it's a close fight. Morgan's a Nike model. She wins. This does not translate to fights. I don't hate my odds against Morgan. I saw her wailing on a bag in the gym. I think she whips you. Have you ever seen me use a bow staff? You guys are not considering the weapons element of this exercise. Any fight with weapons, I automatically win. So they really have to beat me in hand-to-hand combat to get the edge. You said no weapons. I said we're considering every single feasible, possible scenario, Katie. Rachel. So this is season 27, Rachel. Yeah, I mean, she'd be a serious competitor. I'm gonna give her the respect of a draw. No, I'll give her I don't know. She has Brendan's backup? Absolutely not. America.
Yes.
Me versus Rachel, season 27.
She beats us. Both of us.
What do you mean, us?
Oh, I thought...
Are we tag teaming?
You said you, me, and Rachel.
No.
Yes, you did.
I didn't mean to.
Okay, you or Rachel, or she beats you.
You really think you help the equation that much?
I don't. That's why I said she beats us.
She fights for her kids. I'm not threatening her kids. You're saying just because her kids are watching, she'd want to put up a good performance? All right, valiant defeat. Fair enough. Riley. Yeah, I think Riley'd be a tough one because I think he might rip my head off. I think Riley's one of the most decisive losses I have. I think I like my odds against Keanu more than Riley. Scary in every scenario. Yeah, I don't want to fight Riley. Count me out. Vince is interesting. I mean, I think Vince is in good shape, probably a little bit better shape than me. Does he have that dog in him? He's weird. I can't tell if he has no dog in him or the biggest dog in him. I'm going to say valiant defeat. I think Vince got me. I think Vince would apologize the whole time, but I just don't think I'd be able to beat him. He's tiny. How small am I? No dog? Scared of slop? Watch out for hidden weapons? Yeah, like I feel like he'd be like, ow, ow, actually my eye, then punch me in the face. Oh, I'm so sorry. I know that was not cool. I shouldn't have done that. Kicks me in the shin. You're bigger than him? Am I? I don't have a good feeling about fighting Vince. I'm going to be honest. I'm intimidated. He did win the wall. He must be strong. He won the other strength endurance comp too. I'm worried about Vince. I'm going to be honest. Will? Here's the thing. There is scenarios where I could beat Will. I just think it's hard to imagine in a straight up fight that I could fight Will. I just don't know how much damage I'd be able to do. Prime Will is undefeatable. Yeah, it's kind of my thought. I think Will would be a tough one. Man's a veteran. Yeah. I'll put myself over other veterans. Zach. Here's the thing. I think a lot of people would think it happens or inequitable. I'm going to go valiant defeat for Zach. Here's the thing. I have enough doubts about his strategic capabilities and enough faith that he has a lot of faith that I think he'd give me more openings and more of a chance than I should have. I would lose, but I think it'd be closer than people think. So that's why I've got Zach in the same tier as all these people. If Zach, thought he was fighting for Lauren's honor, then maybe he'd be in a different tier. But here, I like my odds. Zay's tough. I don't see the same openings for Zay that I have for Zach. Zay would also call me a ton of mean words. I don't know. I think Zay is a tough call. I don't like my chances there. Season 26, Angela. I think she's almost exactly the same as Kelly. I don't want to fight Angela. Not interested. Angela would have no mercy. I could be Angela's best friend. She'd have no mercy. It's a fight. When you're fighting, there's no restrictions. I feel like she wouldn't want to fight you. No, I love Angela. I think we're friends. But yeah, when the bell rings, you see a different pallor on her face. Like, absolutely not. Brooklyn. I think Brooklyn is a pretty good fight. I think that's pretty even. I think I stand a chance against Brooklyn, but she's definitely in shape. She's probably a little bit taller than me. Oh, yeah, no, Angela's kids would get involved. Definitely Lexi. Let's see, yeah, I think Brooklyn would be close. Cam. So Cam's interesting, right? Too nice. Too nice. It's a compliment. Too nice. What is there to say? He was a Division I football player. So maybe 6'4", 6'3". I like my chances. I'll easily take Cam before Vince. It's not even a question in my mind. He played football at Penn State. Like you said, played. Past tense. Who knows where he's at now? Cam will be breaking up the fights. It'll be me and Zach fighting. Cam will be like, guys, it's okay. Break it up. Come on, guys. Cedric. I mean, Cedric's... I think Cedric would beat the shit out of me, to be honest. Like, he's obviously a very nice guy, but I think if a switch flips, I worry about my chances. Former Marine, that doesn't help me out. He's not exactly doing bad on the challenge, if you guys have been watching. So I don't know how much I'd want to do this one. Doesn't seem that fun. I think Cedric has a killer instinct. I think it's buried deep down. This one might surprise you guys, Chelsea. I think it's a close Cory W. At the end of the day, like, Chelsea does have that dog in her, but she's tiny. And she's very strong for her size. It's kind of like D, where, like, I do think I also beat D in a fight because she's just so little, but she's obviously in better shape than me. I would assume Chelsea's either in the same shape as me, maybe a little better, but she's just small. So I think I beat Chelsea. Hey, look, I'm being realistic, okay? Cedric over Cam, 1,000,000,000 times out of 1,000,000,000 chaotic. Absolutely not. No, Cedric's got that dog in him. Cam's got the dogs at the crib. Cedric has that dog in him. Chelsea's got that God in her. I'll take my chances against God. Joseph. I feel so confident. Give me Joseph. Where is he? This is one of the... Let me actually... I could take Joseph. Sweet Kenny K. He's Boston strong. I don't want to fight Kenny. I think he beats me up. He's Boston strong. He's a cop. That doesn't bode well. Police training. That means nothing to me. I was going to make a crazy joke. I'm going to make a joke. This is not towards Kenny. I'm sure he's a great guy. Seems like he couldn't hurt a fly. I was going to say, like, body cam on or off. That changes the fight. It's a police brutality joke. The police are corrupt. It's a systemic problem. But I didn't want to make it sound like Kenny turns off his body cam and beats up people. I don't think he does that. Are all cops bastards? Yes, but, like, not everyone individually. It's like a saying to discuss cops in general and the institution of policing, not every individual cop. Now, the people on TikTok who say, we don't mean they're bastards. We mean it's bastardization in terms of the entire system is bastard. No, it's not that deep. It's basically just a pejorative to say policing is corrupt. He was DEA? Damn. I'm fighting Hank. All right. Chemo. Yeah, I think I beat Chemo. I don't think it's a beat down or anything. I think it's a fine fight, but I think I got the slight edge on Chemo. Just slight. I think I got the slight edge over all of Frenzy. I'm warning you guys. I think Frenzy, that alliance, not built for fights. Chemo going to win in a sing-off. I'll give him that, 100%. Leah. I think I beat Leah. I don't think it's a beatdown either, but I think I have the physical tools over her, and I don't think she has, like, much of fighting experience. I like my chances there. Even Tucker, we'll get there. Oh, boy. This is Kelly and Angela to the next level. There's not a chance in hell I beat Lisa in a fight. We're just going to do the new era, by the way. We'll end at 23. Nah, Lisa... I think Lisa has a chance of beating everyone in her tier. Lisa will fight dirty. No, Lisa scares me. Because I think the thing about Kelly is, like, there's something of a facade there. Angela, too. Angela is who she is, but, like, I think there's a little bit of... like, she likes being Angela. I think Lisa is just herself. The Lisa-Angela celebrity boxing match would be legendary, though. Will you be able to beat yourself? Is this like a Scott Pilgrim reference? Because if it is, it's funny. But yeah, we'll get there. MJ. Man, that's a fucking beatdown, isn't it? MJ would beat the shit out of me. She's so tall. She's tall, and she has that dog in her. Yeah, I'm good. Keep me out of that one. That's a rough one. Matt Hardiman. Matt's weird because he is insane, right? And that helps him out. I don't think religion would be enough to have him pull his punches. I don't think he's pulling any punches. Yeah, I think I lose to Matt pretty bad. Did you see Quinn's reel today? He sent it to us last night to review. I was already asleep before he posted it. He was asking for our approval. Quinn, it's a close Cory W. I've got the length advantage over Quinn in multiple different ways. I'm taller. I think a little stronger, more trained. He certainly comes from an area where he's been involved in more fights than me, but that just means there's more tread in his tires. He's a little bit worn out. I'm fresh, slickly, recently greased, oiled, ready to go. I feel confident about this one. I think it'd be a good fight. I don't think Quinn's a pushover, but I'll take care of business. I'm not too concerned. Rubina, it's a tough one. She's just very small. She put up a fight, though. T-Core, yeah, I think she's down here. Not much to say about T-Core. Tucker. I think Tucker kills me. I think he has that dog in him. He's crazy enough, strong enough. I've said enough negative about him. Not on a personal level, of course. Very nice guy. I think we get along great, but he could find the motivation in himself to kill me. If we were fighting, of course. So that's a tough one. America, I'm going to say a draw because America has this fear that I'm stronger than her, and that makes her uncomfortable. So we're just going to have a draw. We don't got to go into it. She's always like, grab my arm. And I'm like, okay. She's like, now I'm going to try to escape. Don't let go. I'm like, okay. And then she like can't get free, and it like scares her. And I'm like, good thing I'm not holding you hostage. Right? Or isn't that lucky? I think she wins, actually. I don't believe that. We'll say a draw. No, this is so real. Is this a girl thing? Wait. But like in the outside world, America, I think, is using me as a, like, any man can overpower me, and that's scary, which I do understand that fear. Can we talk about a movie? Can we take a very quick detour? America's going to love this. So it was Monday afternoon, Tuesday afternoon, I forget what it was. We're going to go see a movie, first movie in Boston. America said there's this great movie, apparently. It's got a great cast. It's Robert Pattinson. It's Jennifer Lawrence. Love Jennifer Lawrence, one of my favorite actresses ever. Let's watch it. We go. It's called Die My Love. Now, what's Die My Love about? The entire thing is like an experiential perspective and commentary on postpartum psychosis. Not the vibe on a Monday afternoon. The entire film is like non-linear and weird and like hard to follow, and it's meant to be distorted and is disjointed because, you know, it's you're following a character experiencing psychosis. At risk of sounding like the most guy of all time, that could be the worst movie I've ever seen. Not because I don't appreciate the subject matter. I think it's a very interesting theme. I haven't seen much art on the subject. Not because the actors did a bad performance. Because the entire experience wasn't providing any deep introspective message. It was a very obvious, clear theme, and the story and the it was all very straightforward, but it was a 2-hour movie telling us this simple theme, and it was just miserable to watch. I'm just a little bit tired of movies prioritizing theme over plot to the point where the plot is incomprehensible. I love a good theme. I love to read into movies. I love analogies and hidden meanings and metaphor. I love it. It doesn't have to come at the cost of any story. Because I'm watching this shit for 2 hours, invested somewhat in these characters, and then there's no resolution, and there's no season 2. And what do I walk away from it feeling? Damn. Having a child can bring about some really tough times, and a lot of women have to experience it, and that's brutal. And we should all be more empathetic. And I knew that before I walked into the fucking theater. I think the fact that it was miserable to watch was the point. But that's what I mean. Here's my frustration. Let's actually talk about it. Here's what annoys me. This is the kind of movie where every bad thing you could say about it, every critique of the film is intentional. And that's bullshit. The story, just like, there was nothing to follow, and it was so incoherent. Well, that's what it's like having psychosis. God, it was such a miserable experience. Like, I literally felt better about my life before entering the theater. Well, yeah, I mean, they felt better before having a child. It's like, sometimes the thing is just shit. And yes, it's an indie film. It's an artsy film. It's not meant for the mainstream. So why was it advertised for the mainstream? We got Jennifer Lawrence doing, like, Jubilee videos. Robert Pattinson and her are hooked up to a lie detector. It was being advertised like it was Avengers Endgame. Just say you hate women. You know what's so annoying? America did not like the movie. She didn't like it. And then she found out I didn't like it and was like, you're such a guy. You don't get it. And it took me an hour to find out that she hated the movie too. Yeah, you're outed. You can come here and defend yourself if you want. She hated it because it was bad. It was a bad movie about a really interesting subject matter with great performances. It was bad. And every person who likes the movie is like, yeah, this really made me feel something. I'm not a person who feels very strongly. I'm an empathetic person, I like to think. This movie was just like, damn, this is crazy. It was a good movie. I wouldn't watch it again. You walked out of the theater saying you were going to give it a 2 on Letterboxd. And every star that it goes up from that time is just a reaction to me disliking the movie. Yeah, just watch the movie. It was bad. Die My Lover, Sierra Burgess. Because again, Die My Love I'm supposed to take seriously in like a real movie. Sierra Burgess is like fun. That's just terrible. Is she allowed to change her mind? Yeah, she is. That's true. Okay. That's my Die My Love piss party. Hated that. Terrible movie. And everyone assumes I hated the movie because I can't be empathetic to a woman's struggles. That's my middle name. Cory, empathetic to a woman's struggles, Wurtenberger. And I still hated that shit. That's why you all love me on the feeds. I was like the not sexist one. But I guess every good thing has to come to an end. So, anyways. Blue, I think this is the most even fight I have on the entire board. I'd be interested in fighting Blue in like an octagon. I think it'd be very fair. Like, genuinely, I think it'd be a really good fight. We talked about this in the house, I think. I think me and Blue would be a good one. I think I have the edge just a little bit, but, like, Blue is pretty serious. DJ Bowie Jane, she likes me too much. I think she has the fitness advantage. She's a little taller than me.
Literally, fuck off.
I think it's pretty even. I don't want to fight Bowie, though. I think I would pull my punches on Bowie, so maybe she'd win, but I think we'd both be pulling punches. Anonymous, thank you for gifting Kitty Girl Susie. What's up, Kitty Girl Susie? I appreciate it, though, Anonymous. Hope you're doing well. Cameron's an interesting one. Like, I do think it'd be a tough fight. He's obviously not the biggest guy. Like, height-wise, we're about the same. He's a little taller, maybe. He's a vet. I think that helps him. I think the problem is he's got a dog in him, unfortunately. I might not like the dog, but the dog is there. I think it's a valiant defeat. I think I have a chance against Cameron. But I do think he has enough hatred in his heart for me. Not that he hates me actively and thinks about me much, but if we were in a fight, he could channel it. That I think he'd have a good shot. But I wouldn't count myself out. I'd give myself a shot against Cam. I'd give myself a shot. Suri. Yeah, this is one of those. It feels exactly like Rachel to me. I think she has to go next to Rachel. These three being next to each other makes sense in my head. I think Suri would, if I asked Suri this question, she said, Cory, I grew up in Jersey. And I would say, okay. She'd be like, Jersey. And I'm like, okay. So, would I fight myself? I think I lose to myself on a daily basis. Felicia. I think it's a draw. I think Felicia has the same thing as Angela, Rachel, and Suri, but she's just shorter. And I think that goes in my favor. She's obviously in her mid-60s as well, so I'd like to think I would have a good shot. But, you know, she definitely, again, military experience. She's a cop. She has night vision. She's good at tiebreakers. There's a lot of risks here. Heisem, I think it's inequitable competition. I don't think it happens because I think Heisem likes me. I think he's a nice enough person to not kill me. But he would whoop my ass. Like, it wouldn't be close. I think in terms of, like, pound-for-pound strength, I might choose him over every house guest in history. But I think in a fight, I don't know if he's got, like, the dog in him. He's got a dog in him, but I just don't think he'd kill me. And I think Riley and Tucker would. Izzy, it's the easiest draw of my life. It's just a draw. I think it's similar to Blue. Like, that'd be a very interesting fight. I'd be down to see it. Jag. He's too nice. He wouldn't fight. I'd be so shocked to ever hear that Jag was ever in a fight. I don't think he could do it. Genuinely. I think his name means, like, peaceful warrior or something. It's something to that effect. Like, no way. I'm sorry. I mean, look, if it was any physical competition that did not require physical contact, I'd give Jag the bump, obviously, but I was waiting for you to show up. If it makes you feel better, I put Joseph in unanimous beatdown. I would love to see... You should do this stream, Quinn, if you haven't done it already. Live react to my video. We already talked about your video, Quinn. We had a whole Matt Hardiman segment to the stream. You might have to go back in the VOD. I'm in draw at least. No, I think you put up a good fight, Quinn. I just think you get out-lengthed. I'm taller than you, longer than you. Some would say girthier than you. I think it's just a tough matchup for you. I think you beat a lot of other people, though. Jared. Well, you got to think Jared's right next to Quinn, right? Jared's the only one we have evidence of. I've beaten Jared in a fight. This insane girth is true. Yeah. No shame, though. I think Jared and Quinn are right next to each other. We've actually seen evidence of me versus Jared. Pretty open and shut case, that one. Verbal fight. It got physical. It was off feeds. Quinn wins. I'm sorry, Cory. Yeah, I mean, he could win a round or two, but by round 10, 11, 12, I mean, man, would not want to be Quinn there. You know what I mean? Amy would kick your ass, bro. I think Amy's got mom strength, which I might be underestimating. It's possible. But I think I got her. Kirsten. This is a close one. I think Kirsten, I don't think she's a fighter. I think she's actually like Ashley. Like, Kirsten you'd think would be better, but I don't think she's, like, super physical and, like, athletic in that way. She's strong. She's in shape. I think I like my odds against Kirsten. I already showed him H2O. Matt Klotz. Man, I think I'm dead. Like, he's either here or here. It's just like, again, I think if we're in the context of a fight, he could find it in his heart deep down to want to kill me. Right? Like, I think he'd be happy to. In this world where we're fighting to the death, not in terms of, like, just he wants to kill me. But I think this is a rough one. And I think he, you know, I said Heisen pound for pound, I think is the strongest person to play Big Brother. Matt, like, peak Matt probably is. He was a fucking Olympian. He's the best deaf Olympian of all time. And in the actual Olympics, he could qualify. He hasn't because he's been busy, but, like, he could qualify. Mimi. Close Cory W. She puts up a fight, but she's small. Last time I said that something to this effect, she started targeting me. But she can't target me now. Ha-ha! Red. Red's weird. I don't know. I think it's a valiant defeat. I don't think it's like that. I'm not that outmatched by Red. I think I beat him on I don't know, like cardiac fitness. I think I've got more endurance to me. He's got the size advantage. He's certainly been in a lot more fights than me. But I don't think he's the level of threat as the people below him. Love Red, though. Riley, I don't think Riley has a fighting bone in her, unfortunately. I mean, I think you could, pound for pound, she just is stronger than me, but I don't think Riley's a fighter. Alyssa, I'd put in the same boat, but I don't know Alyssa as well. We'll do 24 quickly. I don't know these people. Amira is probably a very close fight. I have a lot of respect for Amira. I think it's close. Brittany. Also, if someone has Quinn's video, you can send it in chat. I'd be down to watch it. Brittany, I think I got Brittany. I feel pretty good. Tuning back in right now, 24. Well, my in-depth thoughts are Amira's pretty physically fit. I don't know if Alyssa's got that dog in her. Brittany, if she whips out the belly dancing, I'm going to have to make some adjustments. But it's nothing I can't handle, right? Ooh, the Durstmeister. Is he in his Elvis cosplay is the question. I wanted to apologize for nothing. Bow, 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 bow. He's like 6'3", right? And I do think he has a lot of pent-up anger. Quinn, can you send your video? I want to watch it. He's 6'4". Daniel's got you. He's going to close his eyes, envision I'm one of the leftovers. I don't know. I will say, I think Daniel beats Turner in a fight more than me. I don't think he has as much like hate in my heart. Daniel is not that big. Are y'all insane? He's not like 6'3". I was certain he was. You'd be the first Wurtenberger to win a physical fight ever. I've already won one, Dad. Did you forget? I fought a kid named Adam in 5th grade. He called my friend the N-word. True story. That was the day everyone started calling me the White Knight. It actually did happen. It was 5th grade, and it wasn't so much a fight as I grabbed his shirt and, like, he was actually the only kid smaller than me, too, which is kind of funny. Adam Gonzalez. Like, swung him around. This is actually a real fight. Yeah, it's a real one. The bar fight, it's a bit more. Jury's still out on if that's a real fight. All right, let's see it. Did I see the pug? You know, the pug's like, what the fuck is he doing? The smoke's funny. Well done, Quinn. True cinema. Better than every episode of Big Brother Unlocked combined. The black screen forcing you to reflect. Quinn, can you weigh in on this? Do you think Matt Hardiman believes what he posts? Or is he just a super religious person who is now angling his religion for content and to rage bait? Like, does he believe Halloween is, like, fucked up? Or is he literally just trying to get engagement? Drums are from Jumanji. Gotcha. Because my thought is he doesn't really mean what he says. Like, he's obviously super religious, but he's just trying to farm engagement. It's a grift. Yeah, I agree. Okay. Like, I don't think he believes Halloween is sacrilegious. He'll fall into it for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's based on some real thoughts. All right, back to ranking fights. Great job, Quinn. I think Daniel beats me up. Turner said he was 6'6", so it's kind of like, even if I've got that dog in me, it's kind of hard. I could stand on my bow staff and be shorter than him. 6'8" Daniel Durson. That's crazy. Indy. Yeah, close W. Jasmine. Does she have the boot on or no, is the question. I think it's a draw. I don't want to fight Jasmine. I don't like my chances. I think I've got a good shot. I think I'm the betting favorite, but like everyone who put money on me would be sweating. You know what I mean? There's not going to be a comforting moment in that fight. Mr. Abden. Okay, so here's the thing. Joseph is obviously in my physical wheelhouse. We're cut from the same cloth. He's too nice. But the thing is, he would certainly fight me if, like, it was in defense of his friends. So he could get there. Like, I've seen the dog in him. He's gotten close to fights for me, which makes me think he'd be capable of fighting me. I think it's just an inequitable competition. I think Joseph beats the shit out of me. He's not going to kill me. Too nice of a guy. But he could get there. I've seen him have the capacity to get there. I'm 99% sure Keanu could take Riley, Tucker, and Matt. Yeah, maybe some of them, but that's not the exercise. The exercise is me fighting them. Keanu wouldn't kill me. Riley would. Like, Riley's, you know. If it came down to it and Riley was trying to kill Keanu, I think Keanu would lock in. But Kyle, here's the thing. This is actually truth, too. I think I have a better shot of beating Kyle in a physical fight than a TikTok battle. And it's not even close. Like, a physical fight, he beats me. A TikTok battle, I think it's like an actual obliteration. There's not even a speck of Cory left. When I talked to Bowie about it, because I asked Bowie about battles, and I was just kind of curious to learn more about it. I think she was battling yesterday. I saw her. I was on her live. And I mentioned Kyle, and she was like, whoa, Kyle's a big deal. I was like, damn. But I do think Kyle does not have that dog in him, so I'll say valiant defeat instead of anything worse. Michael Bruner, I mean, we know he's got that dog in him. He's got a huge height advantage. I'm probably in better, like, strength shape than him, maybe. But I think he has the edge. He has too much of a height advantage, I think. And I've just seen him as a competitor. I don't want to go against that. Monty, I would wear my Monty shirt. We'd be matching, so that might help me out. Yeah, I think it's a rough one for me. I don't know if I can fight Monty. Apparently, he's a little shorter than Daniel. But still, I think he'd have his way with me. I think I said that wrong. Nicole, she's a cop, so again, we have to ask the body cam questions. Or was a cop, I guess. I've gone against her in fantasy football before. And obviously it's not comparable to a physical fight, but like, I don't know. If I'm able to outmatch her on the field of FanDuel, I could probably outmatch her, at the very least meet her strength on the field of battle. Monty and Keanu, I think, would beat anyone on this list. Yeah, but Turner, do you understand the exercise? It's me fighting them. Matt would kill me. Tucker would kill me. Riley would kill me. These people are like, they have that in them. If it was a boxing match between these people and Keanu, I got Keanu. But Keanu wouldn't rip my head off. Neither would Heisem, right? I think Heisem beats all these people in a fight. How are your teams doing, Cory? I'm 5-5 both leagues. I'm not doing fantasy this year, but I'm rooting for the Cardinals, so that's shit. And I'm rooting for the Heat in the East and Lakers in the West, which that's actually going pretty well. Paloma. It all depends on if Turner's in the audience. If Turner's able to provide a spirit bomb for Paloma, does she have her pack with her? If her pack is there, it's hard to imagine me winning. I'm going to say draw. I'd rather fight a lot of people before Paloma. A lot of people. Turner going to be crying again after this fight. You want to know some fucked up shit? I think right now, someone walks up to Turner and says, Turner, one of these people will live, one of these people will die, Paloma or Cory. I think he chooses Paloma. I think he does. I just believe that. Whatever happened in those first 4 days. My goat, yeah. Pooch, my goat. He gets the Oasis bump. He's from Florida, or he spent a lot of time in South Florida, so that doesn't help him. He has a very punchable face, which, he's a very handsome guy. I think it's a draw. I don't know. I got confidence. Honestly, there is a certain, if you're that bad of a player, I just feel like I have some edge over you, even though I understand Big Brother strategy does not always translate to, fisticuffs, but I think in this case it does. Who cried for Turner after Paloma or Zach after Zay? I think the Zach after Zay thing was funnier to me because it was like, this is y'all's mastermind, Zach. Who has the punchable face? I was saying Pooch. Taylor. She's in pretty good shape. I don't really have much of a height advantage over her. I think I probably have some pounds on her. I think it's a pretty good fight. I'll say it's a draw. Terrence. Am I fighting DJ Terrence or bus driver Terrence? Very different matchups. Very different matchups. DJ Showtime. If it's a DJ Showtime, I think it's a close Cory W. Bus driver Terrence, probably a valiant defeat. So I think he ends up in draw territory. Grew up on those Chicago streets. I grew up in the Weston burbs. Shit got crazy at Town Center. It's all scenarios. It's true. Paloma. Alyssa. Sorry, it's been a long stream. I really don't know anything about Alyssa. She was really good in the challenge. Which makes... I'm not going to say I'm going to beat her. Sorry, I got Paloma on the mind. My goat. I think it's a valiant... No. I'll say it's a draw. My goat. I'll say it's a draw. Azza... I think I've got an edge on Azza, to be honest. She's a very nice person. I think I could beat her. Brent... I don't know how to explain it. I feel confident about this one. I feel more confident about this one than all the other ones. I don't know how to describe it. This one is just one where you're going to... This is a trust me. My source, trust me, bro. Okay? I like my odds here. He is shorter than me, too. I don't get many advantages like that. Low-key, I think Lauren could take you. Yeah, if she was willing to throw a punch. Brittany. Oh, boy. She's got to be in Lisa tier, right? I'm not fighting Brittany. That's, again, this is I'm dead territory. The thing is, I can't put her in It Happens because I could beat Brittany, maybe. But I think more than likely I die. She beat you in a dance battle, too? Yeah, she starts doing the worm. Like, that'd be crazy. Christian seems like a nice guy. Probably a valiant defeat. I don't think he would beat me senseless. Claire, pretty good fight. I'd pay to see that. That'd be a good one. Big D, I mean, he's got it in his DNA. He has lost a lot of weight. He's in good shape. We certainly have enough to fight about. Valiant defeat. I think Big D's got me. Unfortunately, I think he's got me. But I'd try. I would try. He would definitely keep me standing a bit for content. His dad's a boxing legend too. That's why I said the DNA thing. You didn't put those two together. Derek, low key, I think Derek does have that dog in him. He's obviously one of the nicest people you'll ever meet, but he gets down. Like he's a partier. I'd be worried about a Derek X fight. Frenchie, I'm too old for him, unfortunately. Too old for Frenchie. So I don't think he'd be willing to fight me. Probably would be a competent fighter. Hannah. Give me a close Cory W. I think I have a bit of a height advantage on her. Bit of a size advantage. I don't have any reason to think she's like a brilliant fighter. Neither am I, but just a slight edge. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm claiming, rather. Kyland, that's one of the most obvious It Happens of my life. Kyland fits in this tier. I like Kyland. We get along. I don't know if I call him a friend, but, you know, we just, whenever we hang out, it's a good time. He would kill me. I don't trust fighting Kyland. Absolutely not. I do not want to have anything to do with that shit. So. Sarah Beth, too nice. Too nice. I'm sorry, Sarah Beth. Too nice. Tiffany. I think all things considered, she goes here. Yeah, I don't want to fight Tiffany. We have a lot to fight about, too. I don't want to fight Tiffany. Doesn't seem very fun to me. She's in the mom category, basically. Travis, probably just a valiant defeat. I don't have any reason to think it'd be worse than that. He's obviously in better shape than me. But, you know, Travis would rip your legs and head off your body. That dude is jacked. This is the exact mentality, Turner, that makes me feel confident I could beat you in a fight. Because I think I could take Travis. But for the sake of stream, I'll put him in valiant defeat. What's the first tier called again? It's called Unanimous Beatdown. It's a play on unanimous vote. Now, why are you streaming this against Survivor? Survivor Desi, there's nothing more embarrassing than admitting you're watching Survivor 49. Whitney. I'll be honest, I don't know a single thing about Whitney. Not one detail. I claim to be a Big Brother superfan. I don't know who she is.
Literally, fuck off.
I'm sure she's nice, though. And I'm going to say close W. Anonymous, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. I appreciate you. I'm glad you agree with all my opinions.
Literally, fuck off.
It just got watchable? Okay. I've heard it's kind of boring this season. And I think it's just such a weird way they're doing this season. I guess they haven't announced who the returnees are, but everyone knows. It's just a weird spot. And people feel confident about who the winner is. Like, I don't know. But I appreciate it, Anonymous. I hope you're doing well. 156 subs. I could live with 156. The cast is low-key decent, but yeah, it's not been great. Cory also misses hot people on Survivor. Yeah, I want hot villains. That was one of my favorite tweets. It was, I think, in response to Tiffany, who tweeted something like, I want hot people back on shows. And then I tweeted, like, I want hot people who are ugly and are villains but are rootable, who have normal jobs and get a perfect score on the SAT. People are so annoying with casting. Casting's been really good on Big Brother recently. I think they've gone a little heavy on the recruits, or like maybe they should just make the recruits do a little bit more homework. But I think they've done well for the most part in the new era. Survivor, I do agree with the criticism of like they're casting a bit too much of the same vibe where it just feels kind of samey. But and then X is the last one. I think if it came down to it, X would beat the shit out of me. I love X, but don't love my odds there. Okay, let's count it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so we have 26 that I beat. Oh, this looks like more than 26. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So it's about half and half. I lose to a little bit more than I beat. Fair enough. I saw a clip of Poe and Yang and Matt Rogers going off on Survivor / Jeff about how bad the show is these days, and he should say it. I think sometimes people forget how bad Survivor was before the new era. Like 37 hit. Before that, we had 35, 34, 35, 36, then 38, and 39. Like, that was a dark era of Survivor. And then it got back. Like, 40 was fun, even if it was, like, a weird season. 41 people didn't like. But then 42 was fun. 3 kind of mixed. 4, 5, 6, 7 was a really, I did it. I'm clip farming. But there was a lot of good seasons in a row. It's just the same season over and over again. Yeah, no, I get that feeling. I'm clip farming. Oh, no! No. So sad. Anyways, that'll do it. Fun stream. I don't know. I feel so much energy. I feel like it is a good one. All right. 45 to 48 were all bangers. I thought people hated 48. And 44, y'all are not going to gaslight me. You guys liked 44. People love 44. They hate it now, and I get it. 44 was a popular season at the time. So 44 through 47, I think, was kind of hits by most people's standards. Glee rewatch tonight? Yeah, we already filmed it. I just got to upload it. It'll literally be probably within the hour. We talked about that, Katie, but they are like an hour-long episodes. I forgot Glee was that long. In my head, it's 30 minutes. But we might do that in the future. Maybe. I don't want to promise anything. All right. Thanks for hanging out, y'all. Is anyone live? Is Quinn up there? No one? All right. We'll just get offline. Good night, y'all. Taryn. He's probably got 1 billion viewers, right? Yeah. All right. I'm going to get offline. Appreciate you guys.